welcome back to Crypto Moonshots. Really happy to have you guys here. If you're new here, welcome. So today we're going to be talking about Bepro, and yeah, it's just been a super weird graph because it shot up. It shot up by, let's see, around 800%, right? Shot up 800%, and then over a couple of days, it came down 60%, and then it shot back up. Let's see, what is that? Around 30%, right? And then came back down around 30%. And then here we were looking really good, and we thought we could really break through that strong level of resistance. We came up all the way, almost 80%, right? And then we came straight back down to where we started, 40%, right? So let's kind of speculate what's going on. So I didn't really talk about it in my last video, but there were posts saying that Bepro is a scam and stuff like that. So people are speculating that that's why this was so bearish, and that's why the price decreased so much, right? So yeah, that's definitely a possibility, and it's a good sign that we came up all the way and tested that line again. That is becoming a strong level of resistance, because even if we draw a peak, right? This is called a peak, and this is called a valley. So if it's like going down, that's a valley. If it's going up, that's called a peak, right? The peak aligns with that level of resistance as well. So that just establishes how strong, and this resistance was established from here, right? That's where the line of resistance was established. And then we had a peak that also established that line of resistance, okay? So this is turning out to be a very, very strong line of resistance, okay? And I think it'll take a lot for us to break that, okay? There needs to be some sort of hype again around it. There needs to be some big push towards it. And ideally, we want to break through this line, right? And then we want to kind of consolidate here before we skyrocket again, right? So let's take a look at it. So the good news, right? The good news is that it held there, this line of support at 0.00 or 0.019, right? Held right there. It held right there, right? And then it's holding right here, right? Now, good news is that we're holding. The bad news is it needs to hold, okay? It really needs to hold. If it doesn't hold, I'm selling. And the reason I'm saying that is because the next level of support based on technical analysis is at 0.006, okay? And that's around the area I kind of entered. So I'd still be in profit if I sell here, but I'm not risking it, and there's a possibility that it could come down, and establish a new line, of support, right? That's definitely a possibility, but I'm not taking the chance that it could come down all the way here, okay? Even though, you might be in it long term, I think it's a bad idea if you hold onto a bag that's on a continued decrease trend, right? So do I think that's going to happen? No. Okay, I'm just telling you the different possibilities that could happen. I really want us to hold this line of support, which we have been holding, right? But again, it's getting dangerous. We want to really make sure we're holding that line, okay? So if we draw a trend line from this swing high, right here, right? From that swing high to the most recent swing high, right, on the 4-hour, and then the swing low of this to the swing low of the most recent candles, right? This is where the direction we're headed, okay? And if we kind of zoom in, right, what we want to happen ideally is we break that trend line right there, right, and use that as support, and then we can talk about, it might resist right there or whatever, and then kind of stay in this area, right, and not touch back down to 0.019, okay? So that's what I want us to happen. I think hopefully I think that will happen. Again, it is getting kind of dangerous, because this line really needs to hold. If I'm gonna stay in this project, I need this line to hold. So yeah, and again, if this comes up, right, and look at these runs, like Bepro, when it makes runs, right? If we look at the history of it, like it's just, it goes up, like, 50% like just the other day, right? So it's just like bull after bull after bull. Like look how strong these bulls were, right? Like look how big the candles were, okay? And then super bearish at the same time, right? So it's not really, it hasn't in the history of it over the past few weeks and days, it doesn't really go like down, like that, right? It goes like this and then comes back down like this, just like it did here, okay? So that tells me that the bulls and bears are very strong, right? The bulls and bears are very strong. It's not really even. Like it's either very bullish or very bearish. Okay, it's not kind of like similar to other coins where it goes up very slowly and then it decides to make a run, right? It's just like either this or and then it comes down and then it goes up. So that's what's been going on. Um, so if I'm being honest, I'm pretty bullish on it right now because I think that this line will hold, right? Hopefully it will hold, but I think it will. I'm confident in the project. I'm confident in the devs. I'm confident in the community. I think the Bepro community is very strong and very supportive. So I think we'll hold this line. Hopefully, um, so I'm bullish on it short term to medium term. Obviously, long term, I am bullish on it. I think it'll hit 20 cents minimum. If it ends up coming down back to 0.003, then I don't know if 20 cents is possible. Then there's something wrong there. I think if that happens, there's definitely something going on. Either people are giving up on it, or people really believe that this is a scam or whatever. But I think that we'll hold this line. I think that we'll hold it. And then, like I said, good. It's a good thing that it's holding it right now, but it does need to break above this trend line in order for us to look bullish. Okay, so once it does that, we can then talk about, all right, level of resistance. Okay, fine, Bepro, we get it. You touched the level of resistance, came back down, whatever, accumulation and then distribution. So I think we'll hold it. Hopefully we'll hold it. I know a lot of people watching this video probably have a bag, so fingers crossed we'll hold that line of support, which I think we will, optimistically, and then we break above this trend line, right? And then hopefully the bears aren't too strong, because you know what happens when they're too strong. When the bulls are too strong, the bears are then, as strong as well. So I kind of want to see us like look like a healthy chart, kind of like V-chain, where V-chain's just gone up, corrects, gone up, corrects, gone up, corrects, right? And not just, up, down, just like that. So, yeah, so that's what's going on with it. Again, if you're holding, I would hold for now because I think that it's going to hold this line of support. But if it does come down to like, I don't know, 0.018, 0.0175, then I would consider selling, unfortunately. That's what I would do, right? This is not financial advice, but that's what I would do, because again, the level of support is at 0.006. No, I think I said 3. 0.006, okay? So it'd be right there, right? And yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to talk about. So just keep an eye on it. I think I'm bullish on it for short term. Hopefully, again, I am keeping an eye though. I really don't want it to break below that 0.019 level. If it breaks through that, then I'm very bearish. But I think we'll hold, and I think we're gonna go up from here. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like, subscribe, and thank you guys so much. Bye.